welcome to the Buddy System
Welcome
Pod. I hope your summer's in full fucking swing.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
It is. I hope, yeah.
I know it is. If you're listening to this, you're like, yeah,
I
it's
hope
going
you've been
well.
watching lots of World Cup matches and being like, ole, 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 ole.
Is that for every team or just the
that's like a world song.
Latin ones?
Yeah.
It's a world song?
Yeah, it's the world's
Like
song.
a world music song?
Yep.
I guess, yeah, I guess that song does kind of belong to the world.
Yeah.
Kind of like, I like to move it, like that one.
No.
That's world music, dude. That's global. If we're talking sports songs, globularly,
That's not
globally.
A sport.
That was,
Ole,
dude.
ole. Yeah, no, that's just like, I like to move it.
I think it's the same thing.
The song from Madagascar.
Is that from Madagascar?
Yeah, I think so. That's like
I remember it from Jock Jams in the 90s.
I remember it from all the lemurs getting together and gyrating during Madagascar.
All right, well, that sounds a little bit horny, and that's not where I was going.
Well, also happy
Horny
birthday.
lemurs?
Happy birthday to our producer Israel.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday, buddy.
It's
Thank you, man.
Yeah, Israel's
Yeah.
birthday, the
He
23rd.
he loves to move it. I know that about him.
Loves to move it. That's very true. He's down to party.
Do you remember Jock Jams? Do you remember 90s? Like compilate, like they would sell you. It was you just bought a mixtape.
Oh yeah.
You know?
They're like,
I had Jock Jams 1 and 2. One was green, one was orange, and it was all the bangers, dude.
It was always like
Sports anthems.
They'd be playing the song, and it would be like they'd highlight which song they were playing, and there'd be some guy being like, "Fucking Enya, she's the goddamn best.
Battles got Mosquito,
You're gonna love Enya, you idiot asshole."
There we go. That's it. God, I had that. ESPN presents Jock Jams.
I had that.
Yeah, I had it so hard.
Boy, oh boy, did I have that.
Who was that guy, though? Who sang that? He was definitely a one-hit wonder. I like to move it. I'm not letting this go.
How was Jock Jams?
These are the songs that you listen to when you're doing sports.
Yeah, see, I think I like to move it came from Madagascar.
No, this is just like they forgot about the 90s in this.
Oh. Song by Eric Murillo and Sacha Baron Cohen.
So, okay, like Borat didn't write this thing that was played at basketball games in the 90s. You know what I mean? Jock Jam song. It was this. It was like some like, I like how this, we're truly getting into the hard-hitting research in journalism.
We're doing hard-hitting research. Israel doing this on his damn birthday.
There he is. That guy likes to move it.
That guy did it real to real.
Real to real featuring the Mad Stunt Man.
Man.
And then he like breaks it down. It's like, you like to move it.
And now Sacha Baron Cohen.
Like, all girls all over the world. Oh yeah, I forgot it's a little, never mind. Probably gets.
It's got a little Chet Hanks to it.
It's got a little Chetty H in there, dude. It does. I was oh man.
Oh man. Speaking of Jock Jams, I guess this kind of makes sense. It's sort of have you heard like the different World Cup songs this year? Like the different so there's one that like Mexico has a World Cup song, like Portugal made a World Cup song. Each country,
do they pick an existing
they pick an
artist that has a banger already?
Yeah.
That they're gonna like we're gonna take this existing or they make a new song.
Go ahead and make us a fucking banger and that'll be like almost like our anthem during the World Cup.
So they don't take one of the existing hits. They're like, hey, you're already good at music.
Yeah.
Make us a song for Portugal.
Yep.
That's going to be our World Cup soccer.
The Mexico one goes insanely hard.
Yeah?
It is.
Who's at the helm?
Corey. I mean, we have to talk over a little bit. So the goddamn. Right?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, dude.
You immediately hear that and you're like, all right, I'd like my soccer team to win really
ours?
fucking badly.
We did again from Cat and Joe. What is ours? Stupid.
Not far off.
For the U.S., it's Coldplay.
Who do you think's doing the U.S. is? So
Dirks Berkeley or whoever the fuck, whoever the asshole. You know what I mean? I don't know.
They picked. So Mexico picked like a DJ who like gets the these. I don't know anything about Corey, but
he seemed to encapsulate the soul of the country.
Seemed to get it right there.
He's got me moving and already hating whatever our song is. I knew that whatever that was, ours couldn't beat it, but how bad is it?
It's not Dirks Berkeley. It's worse.
Is Dirks Berkeley a guy?
I think maybe. Honestly, I think Dirks Berkeley is a guy. I think you might have accidentally Berkeleyed yourself up a real guy.
Berkeleyed myself into a corner again.
Berkeleyed up a real fella, actually. Wait, is Dirks Berkeley a real guy?
Yeah. Did I just make up a fella or?
Sorry, is Dirks Berkeley? I think Dirks Berkeley.
Nicholas Dirks? No, not that guy.
Dirks Berkeley? Dirks Berkeley. Come on. Please tell me it's a real guy. There's no Dirks Berkeley. Wow.
There is not,
Holy
dude.
shit. Incredible. Wow, you dirksed yourself a fake guy.
All right, dude. We dirked ourselves out of a Berkeley on that one.
Turns out it's a Berkeley. Wow, you've really dirked yourself a Berkeley now.
You dirked yourself in a corner, you dirked yourself right out.
All right, are you ready? This is it.
Oh, man. I'm glad I'm sitting.
The new opposite of a hit single by Jelly Roll.
Never felt this free before.
Kill me. Actively kill me.
You know this guy, did you see the video of him it was like a leaked video of him being like, hey, let's just like pretend we're Christian and take it over from the inside out. He's like, did you see that? Yeah, it's all of this, and it worked.
Where did he come from?
He's like redemption. He's like he's like I was in jail as I did drugs, and then I found the good Lord Jesus Christ when I was in jail, and like it was this video of him like doing a powwow backstage somewhere, and he's like, let's do it from the inside out. He's like, let's just fucking say all this stuff.
He's just got this like reincarnation story of redemption story.
Exactly. Which is what they love and like will just absolutely throw money at. And I think it like went viral in all the, all denominations of Christianity, Catholicism even too. I think there's Catholics that are like, did you hear about him? He was bad, but he was lost and now he's found kind of thing,
Right.
And then just like,
I don't know. He's just everywhere. He seems to be in the comedy community in a way that I don't really understand.
Well, it's when it's fame and and then there's a common denominator of fame with the fans.
Yeah.
And like their greeting level, I think.
Yeah.
Then they're like, why not? We're doing a collab.
Yeah. I mean,
you guys both like trucks and shit. Like
he looks like white trash.
Monster trucks.
Me in some of these fucking photos. Like go the one, yeah. I mean, I don't think I'm that round.
Yeah, no, that one. Israel just immediately clicked and saved
Maybe
the
not,
fattest one
maybe
of
not
Jelly
that
Roll.
one is the one that looks like me. I was thinking more like maybe that one right there, or like the black and white one or something like that.
Also, is that one down there? Is that Jelly Roll Morton? That's that's still my Jelly Roll. If we're gonna talk about Jelly Roll.
Who's Jelly Roll Morton?
Oh, dude, he's an old musician, like from New Orleans.
And what did Jelly Roll Morton do?
I mean, a lot of that. You know what I mean?
No, not at all.
The old New Orleans piano. I think it was piano, wasn't it?
Oh, okay. Fuck it. Yeah, that's
Blues
my
and
Jelly
jazz
Roll.
pianist, band leader. Yeah, Louisiana Creole descent.
Listen, I'm down to support
Jazz's
that guy.
first arrange. He was like the inventor of jazz. Well, you ever heard of that? Jazz.
Yeah, heard of it.
Well, this guy.
The other guy was just fucking. I don't know. Just he's just, for some reason, he's very ingrained in comedy. Like there was a photo of like all the greats from like at Netflix. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Last month, the Netflix The Joke Festival.
Oh yeah.
Had every single like some of the most formative people in our industry were there. And then in the bottom right, it's just like, is that Jelly Roll? Like what?
Well, he's having such a moment
What's
right now
going
that
on
like
there?
his fame card is so like
He just plays it a lot.
and
though.
well, it's anywhere you want to go. If he wants to go to a comedy show, he's like, I'm gonna go to this, and
Yeah.
and he calls his manager or his
No,
agent.
but I'm saying it's not just he's not just like I'm famous right now. I'm gonna get myself into shows. It's like the comedy community is actively what has propped him in. Like I think it was like when I first heard about him, it was like at Zany's Nashville, and some of the people there were like, yeah, Jelly Roll came and hung out yesterday. He's some up and coming country artist, and then like the next year later, he had won New Artist of the Year, and then the year after that, he's like a guest on like Kill Tony, and then he's like at like on so and so's, like he's on Tom Segura's show or Bill, like doing stuff with Bert Kreischer. Like I'm saying, like he weirdly like comedy has like propped him up as well.
Well,
as
I guess
music.
especially to like,
Or maybe I'm just clueless.
no,
to his
I mean
music
everything
sphere.
you're saying makes a great point because like it's if he's gonna continue to proliferate this story, what better platform than the comedy community? All these 1, 2, 3 hour long podcasts where you just get to talk about life and talk about what you think about stuff and talk about where you came from.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and the people that listen to that are probably like not as many people that are listening to like your average, you know, country musician or, you know, like
Right.
podcast.
His story seems to be as important or as sellable as his music for sure too.
Well, I think it's the sellable aspect of the story that we're really talking about, and what parts of it are true and what's not. But people love to buy it.
Well, hey, listen, I'm not trying to badmouth him. I'm just wondering what's happening. I don't really like his music. I'm pissed that he made this garbage for the fucking World Cup. We could have picked a lot of artists. A ton of artists are American that do good. I'm so mad I forgot. Do good music. Do good music.
Or someone that's like a soccer fan. Like,
yeah,
this is the kind of guy that, like, for what?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean gay football?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let me make a little song.
How much?
That.
It's 20 million. All right. Yeah, I love that sport actually.
Yeah. You know he's gonna be at one of these games too.
Maybe in a booth with Trump somewhere, both pretending to care.
Damn. Oh man, I love the world. I love soccer. Soccer's like
I love the World Cup when it happens, like the same way I love when the Olympics happen, because it's like it just gives.
There's such a like special like feeling that you get only when the Olympics and only when these once every 4-year events happen.
Right. And it's the only time, I would love to do this more with you because you are so into soccer, but it's the only time in my life I'll ever pop in or meet someone at a bar to watch a soccer game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is like once every 4 years, occasionally towards the end of the.
Well, the stakes are so high. Too.
Right. Exactly. And then you get the fever.
Yeah. You get you understand what, like if the whole country is behind these 11 men on the field, and the Women's World Cup's amazing too. Like,
for sure.
Especially as an American. Like what?
Yeah. That's the only chance we have.
Such fun memories of watching the American, like, oh God, the American women win the finals matches. Oh God, I knocked down some stuff.
Even back when I was a kid, like the Mia Hamm years. Like,
that's what I'm talking about.
Like women's soccer has always been dominant in America.
Amazing. And I think my favorites for this current World Cup, obviously it's France. Like they just they named their starting lineup. People that know about soccer, it's just like
I know a couple people.
Crazy. Like they have Mbappe.
And but that's I was gonna say. I know some of the hits. I remember him from last time. He's good.
The reason it's so good is because their guy who's like their second fiddle and their third fiddle and their fourth fiddle are now so much better and close to being as valuable as Mbappe. When they won the World Cup the first time, and then they were in the finals for the last one, it was all Mbappe. Like not all Mbappe, but he was clearly the number one guy.
Was the last World Cup Lionel Messi's last game ever, or last World Cup?
No, he's in this one.
I thought he was retiring.
I know. I think the last World Cup he was saying it was going to be his last one, but
was he in the last World Cup though?
Yeah,
like
he won
it was him versus France, right?
In the finals in Qatar.
Yeah.
And dude, I mean, FIFA again. The corruption's always super.
It wasn't
weird.
that whole stadium built by slaves or something.
Yeah, the stuff that happened in Qatar was terrible. Also, Messi and Mbappe at the time during that final, they were both on the same team called PSG in Paris.
Okay,
and that team is owned by the government of Qatar.
Oh,
so it was like an interesting coincidence that their 2 star players of the Qatari-owned club were in the finals of the Qatari World Cup.
That is funny. They're like, well, there's a series of plane crashes. Yeah. We won.
So weird. Very cool plane crashes, though, for me.
Bizarre. Every other team. The chances are slim.
No one could have seen it coming.
But anyways, congratulations to our special boys.
To me. and I shake my own hand. I mean, it's exciting. One of the things that I wish soccer had was... like I wish they could mic up their players, because we mic up players in America like crazy. You know, mic'd up. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but don't they just like do it to one dude during a game?
Yeah, and it's awesome. And you hear crazy like the NHL mic'd up is so funny.
Oh, because half that sport is chirping. I mean, there's a different word for it in hockey. It's called chirping. Yeah. It is so funny. Like, I remember watching my cousins play hockey when I was like, growing up. And they were like the nicest, sweetest boys, but they're like intense players. Like my cousin got drafted by the Stars, and like they're like such like nice, sweet boys. And I saw them on the ice, and I was like, oh my God, they're like mean. They're like mean out there. Well, yeah, good job, guys. You beat mean to the other ones for sure. Yeah, get them.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I love you guys.
I'm gonna be mean with you guys together. Let me go. Someone teach me to skate. I want to be mean. Yeah, dude. I chirping is so funny. The best one that you hear over and over and over in the NHL is they just go, "Hey man, you can't skate."
Really?
Yeah, they're just like, bud, you can't skate. Oh man, you suck at skating. You can't fucking skate,
dude.
And Or just another one you hear is just shut up. That's
good.
I don't know why that's so funny.
It's
so
probably because
Canadian.
it's so Canadian that like even the worst insults are still kind of like not that bad.
They're like, fucking shut up, dude. Shut up. You can't skate. You
No.
don't know how to ice skate, man. That's like the worst insult you can get from a Canadian.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Well, you can't ice skate.
Everyone's like, the music
You're fucking
stops.
kidding me.
Take it back.
You take that back right now.
My family's here. There's a Southern guy for some reason.
It's in Alberta. That's why
Yeah.
the accent sounds
Dude,
Southern.
some of the accents, I remember last time I was in Winnipeg, like I was sitting at the hotel bar one of the nights, and like there was a couple dudes. It was like one of those hotels bars where like it was a bar it was more like a bar that attached to the hotel. It wasn't a hotel bar. It was like open till 2, and there was a bunch of those like I think it operated independently of the hotel. But there was a couple dudes that were just like I don't know how to explain the accents. It was like blue collar, but like real Canadian, and just like I think I might even have tried to put my voice note like to record some of it. I think to like send to you,
right?
Because you can just like I feel like you can pick up on an accent and do it quick. Because this is like an inexplainable.
It was like just freaking like a mutt of an accent.
Wait, did you ever listen to that guy's accent in Alone from Labrador, Canada?
Yes,
It was wild. Like, how do you explain that?
Irish, Canadian, Maine,
Fur trapping
Boston.
only? That's like a fur trapper's accent or something. Like it was crazy.
Yeah.
But I love that guy. I'm glad. Well, spoiler, it's been out for 2 years. This guy fucking won.
If
Everybody
you don't
wanted
know,
to win.
That show is pretty cool. I need to actually
You should watch the season.
because we started watching it with like Lucia and Maeve and some other folks here, and they were like, "We don't want to watch this," and both you and I were like,
Okay.
"All right, we'll change it."
I think I went home and watched the entire season.
We were outnumbered.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Well,
then-
not that night, but eventually.
But that show, if you haven't seen it, very cool. It's a guy just gets dropped out in the woods alone, and then
Guys and gals.
and
It's-
gals,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
have to see how they have to survive out there whoever stays out there the longest wins a big pot of gold. at the
Yeah,
end
like
of that
a
fucking
like a
rainbow.
half milli.
Yeah,
Get a half milli, and it's like, but I mean, it takes a toll on you.
yeah,
I mean, these like physically, like these people, I mean, people are losing like 50, 60 pounds.
yeah.
Like some people, also now that it's been out, there's a bunch of seasons I've missed, but I've seen like, I don't know, 5, 6 seasons. And now that it's been out long enough, people are like students of the show. So like they can study everyone, what they did, what they brought, what worked, what didn't work. This one dude, because like part of it is like you have to be able to outlast, because they'll do like weigh-ins and safety checks. And like one time this lady got taken out, like medevaced out.
So
and
if
she was
you're
like,
about to die.
she was like, I'm fine, but like you have lost too much weight, and we
Right.
can't like in good conscience like let you be here legally.
No, I'm fine.
Exactly.
It's like, your
She's
legs have been
only
eaten by
bones.
a bear.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
My
the bear
hands
is
work.
still eating you. Oh, she's fine.
I was eating him too.
Let her stay.
That's my food source.
We're eating each other. I was about to start eating him.
We had a deal, bear. I was taking a nap and then it was eating time.
I get your legs, you get my legs. And then we're gonna split the $500,000, and
We'll split it with the bear.
then we'll get new, even cooler
Yeah,
legs.
dude, we got fancy ass legs.
You fucking put me back. That bear wasn't done with my legs.
Dude, that's not fair to nature. But show rules.
So she had to leave, and the guy who won it is from Labrador, right?
Yeah. Oh, but one of the things I say this one guy was like he drank like 20 ounces of olive oil every day for like 3 months.
Before.
Yeah, leading up to it. To like, no, you can't just bring 10 gallons of olive oil in the woods with you.
Right. Dumb question. Hey, Andrew, what's all that clinking?
Yeah, one of my items.
Clink, clink, clink.
A swimming pool full of oil, actually.
I brought this here. What are you doing? He's not even trying to survive. He's just having himself a ditty freak off up in the fucking Yukon.
He didn't even build a shelter.
Yeah. Brought a bunch of olive oil in a kid's pool.
Brought a knife
Just
and a pool.
disgusting.
This guy's weird.
I do not like him. So how are you going to win it? I'm bringing a bunch of meth, a kid's pool, and a bunch of olive oil.
Try and stop me. They're like, we won't actually. And that guy's still just loose in the woods.
That's who wins alone. It's just a meth. You know, my strategy. No one's ever done meth the whole time they're up there.
Anyone ever try that? Yeah. Everyone's like, what kind of bow and arrow you bring? I'm like, I'm bringing a fuckload of meth.
Meth, man. I'm just gonna do meth in the woods and fucking shriek. I'm gonna do a lot of shrieking.
Meth? People are bringing flints for fire. So you ever go like this with your hands? Fast enough on meth? Fire, baby.
Warm, baby.
Yeah.
I
your
ain't,
bones.
I ain't worried about shelter. I'll be covered in bugs.
for food, I'm planning on eating this camera gear. Actually, that's my snacks.
And now on the tripod.
Yeah, what do you think these are, huh? Teeth? Free snacks.
Yeah.
That's why I ain't got no teeth when you smoke meth. You get free little snacks in your head.
Anyway, so he drank a bunch of olive oil.
Yeah, to just like gained like the weirdest, grossest kind of weight. And then his strategy was to like build like kind of a tent and just fucking sit.
Sleep.
Because like so much of it is like expenditure of calories. So like, you know, like it gave me a whole new, you know, idea of like what a small amount of like
Why
bites
olive
of food.
oil, though?
It was that in addition to all the other bullshit he was trying to beef his ass up with. He wanted to just get big as shit and then just like kind of just like sleep it off like a bear for like 3 months and win $500,000. Didn't work, obviously. No. You got to hunt.
Because
and
he was like packing his tummy. He was probably so hungry day 2.
Also, every single season, it's like they drop him off with like 2 weeks of fall left and then the snow starts. So like you can't just like go out and vibe in the woods for the summer. Like you have to be able to build a fire with a chimney that can sustain you for warmth and eating inside while it snows 1.5 feet and like wherever the fuck you are.
That's so cool. Yeah, I'm going to go watch that. They don't do any like jungle style or like desert island?
I don't think so. No desert island stuff. I mean, that was more like when they did when it first started coming out, I don't know, it was like maybe in my 20s or 30s. Like early 30s, Naked and Afraid. They go everywhere with that.
Yeah,
and they go places they should not take these people, dude. Like,
by the way, they're naked, and they're like, unblur it. Just unblur it, though.
they took them to this one place that was full of fer-de-lances, which is like one of the most venomous snakes on the planet. And like on a scouting, I think it was on the scouting mission, one of the producers got bit by a fer-de-lance through his boot. This fang went through the producer's foot or through his boot while they were hiking. You got to see a picture of this guy's foot. Look at that. That's it.
Oh,
that's what it did. Can you fucking believe that?
Wow.
No, it's not. That's not our Bear Grylls producer.
Oh shit.
I thought it was. Was he also not scouting for Naked and Afraid? Am I confusing my snake bite stories?
Wow. Yeah. So this makes my spider bite look pretty tame.
Went through his boot and then rotted that like somebody poured hydrochloric acid. It went straight to the bone. See that? All of his bones are sticking out.
Insane.
So and then they still put naked people there.
If you're
with with a stick.
If you're at home, maybe Google with caution because it's a pretty brutal photo.
It also looks so awful that you can kind of handle it because it looks like somebody did like a fake zombie makeup in a movie.
Right. It looks
so crazy that it looks like it's fake. I'm looking at it closer now.
Those are all the phalanges, though.
Yeah. No, you see them. We're talking tarsals here.
All right. them's his goddamn flanges right there.
Yeah, so snakes is bad. I don't know if it's fer-de-lance like the 30-step snake or the 100-step snake.
Yeah.
Dude, I wrote this down the other day because I'm like, I kind of want to do a bit about it, but I was like, so do you think the guy who named grasshoppers was allowed to name any more stuff after that? Or did they think like, all right, no more, dude. This is not the right
that one.
Yeah, we'll give you that one.
That is ridiculous. What else are you gonna fucking name stuff?
What are you gonna call these things? They're hopping through the grass a bunch. Grasshopper.
But
what if it was also like a lot of science and like, yes.
What do you
the grasshoppers?
Grasshopper. What about these ones right here? Those are flying through the air a lot. Oh, those are called air flyers.
Air flyers.
Those are swallows. Much better word.
Hey Steve, can we have a conversation without you? Yeah, go get as many grasshoppers as you can, and they just leave.
Why do you think swallows are called swallows? You think it's because the guy was like kind of yawning, and then one went thunk, and he was like, "Holy shit, you just swallowed that whole thing."
Oh, that
was too easy. Whoa. What kind of bird is that? Well, it's a damn swallow.
I swallowed it. Rupert.
Not my best riff.
It was good. You know what I mean? You still got to swing.
Gotta swing. God, that's so funny. The grasshopper. Where else? What other animals would he be naming?
I mean, I don't know. I was thinking about the platypus.
He might have named woodpecker.
That's true.
I think the grasshopper guy might have named woodpecker.
I think he did
to be
too.
Honest, they let him do that. At least 2.
Yeah. And then they're like, all right, one more. He's like, the daddy long legs. They're like, that's enough, Steve. You can hit the showers or wherever the fuck we are right now.
All right, Steve, you got grasshopper, you got woodpecker, and daddy long legs, and we caught you with your dick out a little too late.
Exactly.
And you're fucking out of here.
Please put your dick away, by the way, Steve.
That's a grasshopper.
Yeah.
Oh, woodpecker.
Look at him peck that wood.
Ooh, daddy long legs.
Get over here, honey, with them long daddy legs.
All right,
what?
Steve, you don't get to name anything anymore.
Steve, are you sure science is the right field for you personally? I think you should dance.
I think you should fucking dance. You seem like a maybe a whore.
Yeah, you seem too limited in this field. I think you could have more fun.
Be a Jezebel of the night.
Creatively. Yeah. At a cabaret somewhere, perhaps, darling.
Yeah. A job where you're allowed to fucking rub your nipples like that. Groundhog.
Oh, that's so funny. That was literally that was going to be my least favorite animal of the week. Remember I told you I had a secret?
Oh, really?
Or we were not a secret, but I told you I was going to.
Yeah.
That's my least favorite.
Let's jump into it. Sure.
But also, yeah, Rob, thank you. Groundhog.
Groundhog is like ooh, groundhog.
Ooh, look at that little hog in the ground.
Yeah, it looks like a little wiener coming out of the ground.
What's he doing? Wants to play patty cake in this ground hole?
Ooh. Ooh. Let's predict the weather based off of that little fucker.
Oh my, look at this little weather dandy.
Is it a groundhog, right? That we predict the
Groundhog's Day. I think it's named after the groundhog.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Does make sense. Yeah. Oh, maybe I thought it was a different kind of hog that we were looking at.
What kind of ground-based hog are we weathering now these days?
Maybe a prairie dog.
That's true. What are the differences between prairie dogs and groundhogs?
They're marmots. Oh, they're very protected in Boulder. It was like half the reason we couldn't go mountain biking places. They're like no,
because the habitat.
There's a prairie dog habitat. We'd be like, I want to go.
Is it because they're just like so delicately crafted underground tunnels and stuff?
Yeah,
yeah.
And but the mounds where they would come up, perfect jumps.
Oh, I'll bet.
On your bike.
But then it ruins so much craftsmanship and probably decapitates a couple little prairie dogs in the process.
Yep.
When you shred the gnar so hard, you're just killing little
endangered
dogs, dude.
Species accidentally. Oopsies.
Are they endangered?
I think the black-tailed prairie dog maybe was, at least when I was growing up. So why is the groundhog your least favorite animal this week?
Well, I bought groundhog traps.
Okay.
I was up at the cabin, and there's like, we did all this work because they keep like, they've also have underground tunnels, but it's the kind of tunnels like, it's like the Bugs Bunny tunnels where like you can see them in the, you know what I mean? They're mounded everywhere they go.
Oh my God.
But then they're like,
it's like
connected.
That groundhog in Caddyshack.
100%.
Yeah.
And that's what I felt like over the weekend.
Oh
I was wearing overalls. I went to 2 different stores, 2 different farm stores for animal traps.
Cinderella player.
Yeah.
Cinderella player. Cinderella story. Oh, and he shanks it.
But yeah, I bought one of those like big traps where I bought one live trap and one trap that is not for, you don't live through this one. Yeah.
What does the live trap look like?
It looks like a cage.
Like a kennel?
Yeah, and it goes in and then the trap door slams. And then I didn't really think this one through because anyway, I got up to the cabin and we like filled the whole foundation around the house with like rocks because it had been digging holes around it and like it's like sandy soil, so the house already sinks, you know? And like it in like a matter of like less than 2 weeks made a hole that looked like 2 guys on a construction crew used tools for this thing. It was like bigger than any of the ones I had seen before. So I was like, all right. And I just like went to this like animal feed store and got one of those traps. I was like, do you guys have any like a groundhog trap? Do you have any animal traps? And she's like, live traps? And I was like, yeah, sure. Then I realized I didn't really think it through because like some people get that and then they drive it 10 miles and release it, or some people just get that and then they kill it with a gun. I can't do that, I don't think. So then I was like, well, what do I just like have a groundhog now? You know what I mean? I just bring him back here.
I guess you can go release him into like a field.
You have to go like what I read was like several miles away and preferably across at least one highway, or they'll come back.
They'll come back.
They can get back there.
Right. So just take it to like. Do you have any enemies?
No.
Remember your skunk-related pranks?
Yeah, that's true. I can start my arsenal. Yeah.
Just anyone who betrays Matty is like, you don't want to betray that guy. Some kind of rodent will fuck up your whole life.
He's low on skunks right now, luckily for you, but he's heavy with groundhogs.
One groundhog, that may be a coincidence. Multiple, someone did this to me.
Yeah, that's true, dude. Like, when I was talking to my aunt, she's like, oh yeah, the exterminator was here last summer, and he got 7 from this cottage up here. And I was like, 7 of these? I thought it was going to be like a one and done. And I was like, I'm not about to trap 7 of these. I'm not going to become Bill Murray all summer
Yeah.
in Caddyshack. You know what I mean? And just consumes me.
Where's Matty? Well, groundhogs have driven him insane.
Yeah. He's buying a 4th pair of overalls, actually.
He's got a pair of winter overalls and he's staying out there.
Okay, true or false? What do you think? I'm not trying to be a poser, but I went to 2 different Farm and Fleet, like animal feed stores for traps, for 2 different animal traps. And one of them I did get like a Tractor Supply. Oh, it was a Tractor Supply store. And I got the Tractor Supply hat when I was in the checkout.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're buying your own animal traps, you can wear a Tractor Supply hat.
If it's a cool hat, wear it.
It's a cool hat.
I hate the poser culture, like where people are like
I'm just like
poser,
constantly worried I'm gonna like
deserve.
be in Michigan at like a towny bar by my cottage and having that hat on and be like, you don't even have a tractor. I don't know why I think everything is gonna be like 5th grade for the rest of my life still.
See that hat? You don't even have a tractor.
Name 5 tractors.
I mean, yeah, people tried to like gatekeep Carhartt. And they're like, you don't even work with your hands, soft hands with a Carhartt. What the hell's wrong? It's like, no, I like these pants. Sorry. I don't know what you want from me. They're tough.
Yeah.
Every other pant I obliterate with my thick thighs.
Yeah, and you're a big hungry boy. You need big hungry pants. You know
I
what
like
I mean?
the big hungry pants. And I like the double knees too, because I'm down there and I'm rummaging around.
Oh,
too.
dude.
I'm like a
Constantly.
little truffle pig down there on my knees.
Hey, what's down here?
Looking for stuff.
We're exploring.
Yeah.
Science, research, women in STEM.
I'm covered in dirt.
You know?
All right.
I'm excited about
I need
it.
my stuff.
Yeah.
I like my canvas pants. So fucking sue me. You've been in Michigan for a lot this summer. I mean, that's like always your goal. I was like, what are you doing this summer? You're like, go to Michigan a lot, probably.
Yeah, I was there a bunch.
Every time I call
past
you, I'm
week.
like, where are you going? He's like, Michigan, and I'm going to be back as late as possible.
Yeah. I got back like 1 a.m. last night.
Yeah.
But I was there. It was also like a bunch of people came up this weekend. It was the kind of the first weekend of the summer.
Yeah.
And then
Is the lake cold enough yet?
is it warm enough? You mean?
Yeah. Sorry.
It was pretty cold yesterday.
Did you get in?
I mean, I put my feet in, but like
Yeah.
it wasn't. It was like a nice day out, but yeah, no one was really in the water.
All the water's so cold. I was in Colorado and we were wearing like wetsuits and dry tops and
Damn.
Like
I did see some guys that went by me I was on the beach for a while. And what are those like surfboard things that like stick out of the water and there's like an engine on it?
hydrofoil.
Is that what that is?
There's some of them have engines and some of them are just pump. You just pump with your legs.
Maybe that's what because this one guy was having a rough time and he did not make it back to the boat, but they had wetsuits on yesterday in the lake.
You need a wetsuit. I was having a good time in my wetsuit. Can I admit something to you?
Yeah.
Peed my pants at least 4 times.
That's called a wetsuit?
It was great.
I thought you have to piss while you put it on to get it on, so you get all wet first.
I think that helps, but you don't have to do piss.
Well, you know what I mean? I thought we were trying to conserve water, be environmentalists.
I think you can do just water.
All right. Well, now they tell me.
But we were just running this. I was in Colorado and we ran the Browns Canyon, which is a section of water I've run many times on the Arkansas. It's actually.
Would you call that like your home river, like your main?
Boulder Creek was probably the one I ran the most.
Gotcha.
But that's just like behind my house. But yeah, probably second. Yeah, Arkansas.
Cool.
Great section of river. I was up there with one of my old friends, Spencer, who's the man. He is like knows that river better than a lot of people.
The dude you showed me pictures of?
Yeah. He was Whitewater Magazine's Paddler of the Year a few years ago.
Bunch of words I never knew were things until just now.
He was the first guy to paddleboard the Grand Canyon.
Damn.
Yeah, he's a beast. He's
stand up paddleboarding?
Yeah, he's like
Quick
born
aside,
for rivers.
Where do you stand? No pun intended. On stand up paddleboarding.
Where do you stand?
Yeah. No, not where on the board. What is your personal view of stand up?
Oh,
as a person,
they're great.
You like
they're
doing
awesome.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love water. I love recreating on water. I think anything to get people to recreate on water that isn't a fucking like
polluting it
jet ski.
Yeah.
Is awesome to me.
I don't not like people to do. I'm saying like me personally, I'm bored as hell.
I'd rather be lower in the water kayaking.
Yeah. Same.
I like the boredom of being out on the water though. There's like something really peaceful about like just floating, you know?
True.
And, like, letting it just like it's really quiet. It's reflective. Like I had a really good time like we were on a bachelor party. A bunch of guys were on rafts. My brother and I were on duckies, and just like single, basically inflatable kayaks.
Oh yeah, the ones you can like pack down into like a small.
Yeah. Roll it up. It's the size of like a
So you did like a whole river run with one of those.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are a real deal.
It was very fun. My brother and I grew up whitewater kayaking, and we had kayaked in hard shells this section of river multiple times. This time was different. I mean, it was really fun. It was obviously like people were doing. We did we had some party favors that we took before.
Oh, sure.
Some edible party favors before, and some beverages were flowing while we were rafting. So it was mainly bachelor party, but I wanted to.
And you mean mushrooms, not cocaine edibles?
Yeah. Mushrooms.
Sometimes when people hear party favors, I feel like the brain goes.
Yeah. We weren't doing cocaine and rafting.
In the hot sun.
that would be crazy. It was actually cold, kind of. It was raining a little bit.
Oh, did you have rain gear, or was it like warm?
We wore like wetsuit and a dry suit. And a dry suit is basically like a super rain jacket. It's a rain jacket for getting splashed by cold water.
Okay.
And then everything underneath is dry.
It's almost like something like from a fisherman would wear.
Yeah. 100%.
Like a slicker.
Yeah. And like my friend Spencer had a whole dry suit. He was like ankles to.
It sounds like Spencer is like the Lord of the river.
He is.
In an awesome
Honestly,
way.
he really is. He's the fucking man. And he
kicks ass.
All he does all summer long is he is a river guy. His family, his dad, Gary Lacey, had this thing called recreational engineering parks or something like that. And they make man-made kayak courses all over the country. And they like put rocks, they basically huge construction project to put rocks to form little like drop pool in the river that goes through your town. Most towns have a river, and a lot of these towns have like dams.
Yeah.
These old dams are useless now. It's not where anyone's getting any electricity from anymore.
Right.
A lot of them are drowning machines. And my friend Spencer will go around to towns and go, you have a dam, which means you have an elevation of river, which means I could build 4 drop pool. And instead of there being a dam that no one can recreate on your river, we'll build a little path down there. We'll build drop pool. You'll be able to tube. People could kayak. People could swim in the pools.
It makes the river look more appealing. Like if I see a dam, I'm like, no one can swim within a mile of this thing.
Yeah. And so that's their family business. They go to cities and small towns all over America and I think Canada and go, hey, do you want to make your downtown a little like cooler? And we could build some real river features here. And some of the features are like, they make river surfing. Like they're like, you can like fully stand on a surfboard on a wave that looks a lot like an ocean wave and carve back and forth. That we were just in Salida, Colorado, which is spelled Salida in Spanish, but it's Colorado. And
white people love doing that
Salida.
To Spanish words of towns.
Oh man,
and streets in Los Angeles.
Colorado is
Los Feliz.
Yeah, Montana.
Figaro or
yeah. I mean,
Montana.
Yeah, dude. It's all about Nevada.
Nevada, even California.
Yeah, I mean, it's all Spanish words that have been. I mean, Colorado, Salida is right near Buena Vista.
Is that exit? Does that mean exit?
Salida means exit, and Buena Vista
means good view. I know that. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. What do you call it? Buena Vista.
Buena Vista.
Buena.
Yeah, but Spencer's family, that's their family business, is putting rocks in rivers, basically. So he is the river lord.
I like the idea of traveling town to town. And just like you wait outside City Hall smoking a cig, just like, nice dam you got there.
Yeah. Be a shame if someone built a really sick waterfall you could tube
cool.
down.
Running for office? Well,
what do? I'm a waterfall salesman. I go town to town and I sell them a waterfall for everybody to tube down.
Everyone enjoys it actually, and no one's been mad once.
They are amazing. I mean, this now in Salida, there's this river festival called Fibark that's been going for years, and I think it was before the Lacey's, but now
is it an anagram for something, or is that a town?
It's Salida.
No, Fibark.
I have no idea what Fibark means.
Sounds like a Danish swear.
But yeah,
I Fibarked myself again.
Fibarks.
I got Fibark you.
My toe once
Fibark
more.
me, Fibark you.
Fibark yourself, huh? Fibarking fucker.
This guy Fibarked my dog.
But it's this river festival, and there's like a huge there's a hooligan race, there's a kayak, like slalom kayak races, there's like multiple events that happen all from these rapids that my friend who's a waterfall salesman built.
Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It's also a good proof of concept.
Yeah.
That's like, you guys like this shit?
Oh yeah, they let the fucking work do the talk for them, for sure.
Nice.
They built one in Boulder. They built it in Golden, Colorado, Lyons. So I grew up kayaking and all these things. Salida is amazing. If you have a chance to visit that part of the world, it's a very warm, weird part of Colorado. They call it the banana belt. Snow just doesn't stick there.
Do they grow bananas there?
No, it's called the banana belt because it's shaped like a banana, and it's where it's in a weird valley where it's just kind of warm in Colorado.
Interesting.
Up high, there's plenty of mountains, and don't get me wrong, it's going to snow in Salida, but it doesn't stick around very long.
Well, even up high in Colorado, it's still like, I mean, like the comedy festival, high plains.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, Colorado itself gets 300 days of sun a year. It's sunnier than Hawaii. That's something
crazy.
I would always say growing up.
You're like, do you know this?
Yeah, man, we're fucking sunnier than Hawaii.
My thing was like, Chicago has more Polish people in the world besides Warsaw. Pretty good, dude.
People be like, well, that sucks.
You're like, yeah.
Well, I'm never going there.
We have more sun than Hawaii. Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Well, we're chock full of dum-dums. What do you think about that? You get a ton of sun? Well, Chicago's got more dumb people than capital of dumb people.
There you go.
How you like that? How you like that? Sorry if you're Polish and you're listening to that. It's just...
We're trying to bring back white on white racism.
Yeah. It's something we're trying... Yeah, I think it's important.
I think it's healthy. Maybe it's one fun way we can keep each other in check.
Focusing on hating others and focus on hating each other.
Yeah, people are like, everyone's like, black and white. And no, it's Polish and Italians that we should be mad about.
It's Irish versus everyone.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Brotherhood we're talking here.
Yeah. And don't be too brotherhoodly.
No.
That's when things get dangerous with us whites.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone keep symbols or outfits.
Yeah, don't co-op any Norse culture, please.
Please, God.
That shit pisses me off. I love Viking stuff.
Yeah, even like Celtic stuff. Like I remember when I was like in 18, 19, I found this we talked about this, like this Celtic tattoo artist. Her name is Pat Fish. I wonder if she's around. But I wanted to get knotwork from my family crest and from the Book of Kells, which is
But now that shit looks really fucking
it looks
supremacy.
super Aryan. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. My dad, we're Irish. We also have Norwegian roots. I thought runes were really cool.
They are because they
are. But dude, the amount that's been co-opted by Aryan Brotherhood people is sickening to me. The presence of runes isn't white supremacy. They're just cool. That's the culture.
Where does the co-opting come from? Is it because they were white guys that were conquering?
Took over the whole world. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. It's proof of dominance and supremacy that the Vikings were able to take over all of Europe with the simple use of
a boat.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the movie or the show Vikings?
Did they? Wait, is that the one that's where it's kind of funny sometimes?
No, that's Norseman.
Okay, I saw one episode of that, and I was like, I think somebody sent me a clip of it, and it was
it's really funny.
It was so dark and wildly funny, and it was a 1 minute clip.
Oh,
and it was
it's so.
They're
dark.
Who did this?
Yeah,
did he cut his cock off?
Yeah.
That was my friend.
How did you know he was our guy?
yeah, I think it's that one.
I do not just have a feeling for these things. There's one I saw. It was there's a shield maiden returning to her husband who didn't go to war with everybody, and they're and she's like, how was it, Helga? And before she can reply, another one of the guys who fought was like, oh yeah, he's like, yeah, Helga got really into the rape.
Oh God.
And Helga's like, I couldn't stop myself.
Really?
And her husband is like, oh, cool.
Wait, is it Danish? Who's what country?
I think it is. It's
Who makes
brilliant.
it?
It's fucking brilliant. They do the opening of it is the tradition of the old men who are like, I'm now a burden on the town, and so I'll take a sword and jump off this cliff so I can get into Valhalla.
Oh, okay.
And one guy does it, and the rest of them are like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
All right, I gotta watch it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that, actually. Yeah, it's so
or is it
funny.
Swedish? It's got to be something.
Whatever it is, it's fucking brilliant. I'm really excited for this new show that's coming out. Zach Galifianakis and the creators of What We Do in the Shadows are coming out with very young Frankenstein.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Is this series?
Mm-hmm.
Is it animated or no?
I think it's real.
Okay.
Yeah, and it made me mad immediately. I was like, even the title is hilarious.
Do you watch the series What We Do in the Shadows too?
Yeah. Oh God, so funny.
Matt Berry is so good, dude. Is Matt Berry in it? Oh, Camille's in it.
Reese Darby.
Yeah.
In that one where they're like, "Hey guys, we're werewolves, not swearwolves." Oh man! All right. Speaking of spooky creatures,
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up my favorite animal of the week. It is the it's called the horned screamer.
The horned screamer. Let's feast our eyes on this.
Get ready.
Whoa, peacock.
It's a bird that grows a horn out of its fucking.
That's like bone. That's real. Not like a feather.
Nope. It's like a.
Can that penetrate?
Straight up unicorn bone. It's a piece of calcium that comes out of its.
How easy? Oh, that one's got a long one. Are they sword fighting?
They're like antlers, kind of, dude. I just love that there's.
Wait, do males and females both have these?
I'm not sure actually.
That looks like those little dinosaurs that used to have that one little guy.
Isn't it crazy?
Whoa, where are these fellas and
they're located mostly in northern South America.
Okay.
They're like pretty much the whole bandwidth of like the
and they don't migrate at all
of the Atlantic coast. Okay, both of them have them.
Horned screamers.
Horned screamers. I feel like maybe Grasshopper guy went south.
Yeah, dude. They got kicked out of North America. He's like, I know. They don't have. No one's named any of the birds down there.
And the best part about the horned screamers is that there's a whole screamer family of
there's like non-horned screamers.
Yeah, there's
lesser horned screamers.
Yeah, there's northern screamers. There's
nice.
Southern screamers. They're related to ducks, geese, and swans, but they're their own animal.
Weird with those beaks that they have don't resemble any of those other animals' beaks you just said.
They're very cool though. They're like kind of like turkey.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're loud. I wonder if they're called screamers.
The horned
because
screamers.
They're loud.
Where they're like, hey!
Wait, Wikipedia has a thing I can play.
Okay, so that's 20 animals. Oh yeah. Is that the thing that's screaming? That first thing sounded like
I think that first thing was yes. Horned screamers are incredibly loud. Among
loudest
birds in the world. They're booming trumpet-like
braying
calls.
donkey. Yeah.
Yeah, braying donkey sounds and honks. Wait, they've got multiple. They're booming trumpet-like calls across distance up to 2 miles. Imagine just chilling there and being like, "What's making that noise?" And then you see a bird with a horn on its head.
That's the screamer. That's when screaming. What are those screamers?
Horned screamer, of course. What's the loudest bird in the world? Now I gotta know.
Yeah.
The white bellbird.
Where's this guy? Oh, the Amazon.
No larger than a pigeon. It produces a deafening mating call that peaks at 125 decibels.
What's that equivalent to?
Surpassing the volume of a jackhammer, a chainsaw, or the front row of a rock concert.
I feel like whoever wrote that has never been in the front row of a rock concert.
Dude, look at these little guys.
This is nerds. They're like, this is louder than
the front row of a rock and roll concert. Man.
Have you been in rock and rolling before?
This is more exciting than the time I named the Grasshopper.
Do you know what I did feel bad about when I just learned this recently? When we had the hantavirus on the cruise.
Yeah.
I was like, good idiots. And then I found out it was like a nature cruise for these like people that find rare birds in South America.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it was like a bunch of like sweet dorks. Whoa. Samurai too? Look at this guy's mustache.
They have like real cool Fu Manchus.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to bring up the white. I'm gonna try to bring up its call real quick and put it in the microphone. Here it comes.
That's crazy.
That sounds like a
mechanical.
Yeah. I love that there's an animal called a horned screamer.
Horned screamer.
That really fucking gets me going. What's another?
That sounds like one of those like boner pills you would see in like a dive bar bathroom in the 90s with your dad. Like, what's a horned screamer? Don't worry about it.
What's a horned screamer? Don't ask.
I'm gonna ask mom. Don't ask your mom either.
Don't ask your mom about the horned screamer, okay, kid? Yeah, that's my favorite animal.
Those are gas station boner pills.
Yeah.
The horned screamer.
The horned screamer.
I got a tick last week.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
This is only the third one I've ever had. It was definitely in me when I found it, but not for that long.
You've had 3 in your life.
3 in my life, but the first one wasn't until about 10 years ago.
Ticks are evil looking creatures.
They really are. They I'd been in the woods a bunch that day and I took my pants off and it was like on the side of my leg and I was like, God damn it. The first time I ever had one, I was just like, I was like late at night, and I would been in the woods like earlier in that day and had pants on the whole time, and I never had a tick before. And I like was like scratching my leg. And I was like, "What's that?" And I just scratched something off. I was like, "Oh my god, that was a tick that was like in there."
Yeah.
This one on the second one I got, my buddy Smitty had like a thing on his keychain. He's got kids and he used to have a dog, and they're always in the woods. And it's like a little thing that goes in a keychain. And you just go, it's made for ticks.
Really?
You just like pop it out.
Just clicks it right off you. Yeah.
This one I like. It wasn't super far in. And I like took some tweezers and like pulled it a little bit and it was like, you know, very much alive and attached to me. So then I like took this rubbing alcohol that was like really high proof. It was like 90 something proof.
I mean, you chugged some of that.
I drank that.
So you became an incompatible host.
Then I was blind. Yeah. No, I poured. Oh God, that's like my creepy. Yeah, that guy was deep in that flesh picture I just saw. Mm-hmm. So then I poured some on it and then thought it would like release, and it didn't. And then it was like put heat on it. So then I like try to heat up a lighter, and like while I was tweezing it, like touch it with the lighter, and then I lit the rubbing alcohol on fire that was on my leg, and then it burned, but not that. It didn't burn worse enough than I wanted it to tick in me.
Too.
Yeah, so I like let it go for a second and just like watched a fire happen on this tick on my leg, and it burned me a little bit. Like, see, the hair's gone; it's kind of shiny right there.
Yeah.
But like that was where the tick was.
Fucker. And
it wasn't that big of a mark, and it's getting a little bit bigger, which I'm not loving. So should I talk to you about this on our podcast, or should I talk to a doctor about it later?
For my knowledge, for what I know, for Lyme disease it's
got to be in you for a while.
Well,
and
in
be
a ring,
circle.
a ring would form.
Yeah. I knew that.
I don't think that is bad. I think that's just your body having a reaction to getting bit by an invertebrate. I don't think it's infected.
Maybe a piece of his mouth is in there and it's like going to fight it out. Too.
Yeah, I don't think that's an infection. I think that's just you being like something that's just like a script. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if it gets bigger, swells up, or looks like a normal bug bite, then doctor time probably.
I got spider bite on my back that I've had for like a month and a half, but it was never anything like your brown recluse. Let's see that, by the way.
Brown recluse. It's fine now. It's just kind of like
mine's like a hard
skin that looks like I got burnt there. You know what I mean?
Mine's still like a hard bump. That's like
really,
yeah, it's weird. That's the thing about like jungle stuff too. We're like you want to be like so adventurous and do jungle things. Like you could get bit by a bug that will change the rest of your life.
Yep. Okay, they're all they're all arachnids. Spiders,
ticks,
scorpions, ticks, mites, and harvestmen.
Harvestmen? What are harvestmen now?
Oh, you don't know what harvestmen are?
Sorry,
they have like the long front legs. Do you want to see one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know it. No, that's a spider.
No, harvestmen are.
Oh, it's a type of spider. Oh, you're right.
They have like longer, skinny legs.
But that's kind of a daddy long legs. Apollones.
Are they? Oh, whoa! God damn it! Is this right again?
There's daddy long legs and granddaddy long legs.
Granddaddy long legs. Oh, well,
please.
He got to name one more.
Call me daddy.
And that one there, that's granddaddy long legs. Steve, leave. You got to go.
I can't do anymore,
I'm going to South America. You can't stop me. I'm going to find screamers.
Steve, please.
That one there is a horned screamer. Steve, is your dick out again?
Daddy long legs. Last one, Steve. Granddaddy long legs.
All right, leave. Harvestman.
I don't like that. The sound of those words as applied to an animal that then turns out to be a bug makes my scalp do a thing.
Huge bummer.
Harvestman.
Yeah. You get creeped. You get heaved and jeebed easily.
I get heaved and jeebed about creepy crawlies. Like if you're a swarm, get away from me, dude. You know what I mean?
If you are a swarm pretending to be a person, we don't want you to listen to this podcast.
If you're ever a swarm of things and you're getting close to me, I need you to know, don't.
Then fucking fuck off. We've talked about bugs a lot these last couple episodes.
Well, it's summertime where we're about to get.
They're fucking back out, and it pisses me off.
You just said that ticks are getting worse, and
they are.
If I'm judging by just my lifetime of ticks, getting 2 in the last 3 years,
they're certainly worse.
That's more than all the years combined. You know,
I've never got one, but I don't. And I don't.
Are ticks getting worse?
Want one? Yeah, I think ticks are getting worse.
Will you look up quick? Even just like say the Midwest.
No.
Or USA. I don't know.
No, they are getting worse every year.
Cool.
Milder winters,
so
they're not dying off in the winter.
This is how you know ticks are pieces of shit. Everything is bad, and they're like, we're going to make it worse.
Also, we're here as well.
Oh, perfect. We actually do better when it's bad. You scumbags. I thought that too. Mosquitoes are getting worse.
Yeah.
Oh, because they're not getting fully frozen off in the wintertime, and there's like
because the
stuff
winters
just
are
wet.
mild and these
My
things are not able to
Lord.
get frozen and murdered. Yeah.
These are things that like really, I mean, I think what do we need them before? Like besides population control, I guess, for how many bloodborne diseases mosquitoes spread that thereby lead to death, and inadvertently but morbidly, I guess, controlling some semblance of the population. Unfortunately, probably all in the third world, because I think first world usually have medicines readily available to fix whatever you can get from a mosquito bite, like encephalitis or whatever. But what like that's an animal that like if they were eliminated tomorrow, what would the ultimate consequences be, do you think?
I would think they're a very important like bottom tier of the food chain for things like spiders that are then eaten by birds and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So,
but aren't there enough other little flying guys that?
I think we don't necessarily need them to be expanding like they are, but
Yeah,
I don't think we can have a world without them.
true.
I'm not really sure though. I mean, the Dalai Lama has that thing where he was like, I will never kill any animal, obviously, because he's a Buddhist. And then he like paused and he goes, except the mosquito. I give the mosquito a time to get off me, but as soon as it starts biting me, I have to kill it.
See, even the Lama
Dalai
himself,
Lama.
12th in the Lama,
He would never kill the Dalai Lama.
bald, flowing robes, grace, total package.
Dalai Lama.
See, he goes, when you die on your deathbed, there'll be total enlightenment. What do you say? Gunga Galunga. So I got that going for me, which is pretty nice. That's nice putting a bow on it with Bill Murray and
So I
Caddyshack.
got that going for me. And the Dalai Lama said, don't kill the groundhog. Right, Matty?
I don't think he's. Yeah, well, he said that to me. I don't think I can. I don't think I like. I'm like. Then I'm like, okay, now I guess, because I'm trying to do stuff around the place that like we've always paid someone to do everything. And I'm like trying to learn how to do stuff that like, even if I want to try and at least know what needs to be done, and then if it's outside my wheelhouse, call somebody.
Yeah.
But I think after this weekend of going to several different tractor and farm stores and getting animal traps, and then thinking through what happens if I get one of these things in here and how am I going to feel and what I'm going to have to do, I think that's why you pay the exterminator.
Right.
And maybe I'll just be like, here's an animal trap, by the way, as a tip. Here's 3, actually, because, I got...
Damn. Well, I guess the groundhog, if you're listening to this, fucking run, brother.
Yeah, because you should run, because I'm not going to be in charge of getting you anymore. And I'm a huge pussy, and the exterminator I don't think is going to be as soft. He's coming for you.
That's the lesson here.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to the Buddy System
Thank
Podcast
you so much, guys.
Team. You can find us everywhere. We are streaming on
Tons of
Spotify,
stuff.
Apple Podcast, Amazon Podcast, YouTube, and iHeartRadio. Please like and subscribe. Subscribe is important. Please do.
Yeah,
that.
that's how we figure out our metrics and know if we're doing good or bad,
and
or
we're
we should
doing
keep
great.
doing this.
Thanks for joining. If you're
Thank you
here
so
new,
much.
we've got a lot of great episodes, and the podcast is great. And we're having a lot of fun.
And we got a bunch of links too. They can all be found on our Instagram page, Buddy System Pod. Where you can also join our Patreon. Come hang out with us. Get early access to episodes, bonus content, and direct access through our Discord channel,
Which is thriving, of course.
It's getting good. Sean's back in town. He's helping us with this. Yep.
Discord is our best
I'm excited.
thing. Episodes every Tuesday, Patreon Monday. Love you.
Or someday, Patreon someday in the week.
Extra Patreon you'll be getting weekly, but extra Patreon early access Mondays.
Yes, exactly. Correct. Yeah. Sorry.
Go sports.
Love you guys.